Hello everybody and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. We'll be giving you all the first appearance hitting your comic shops today. This week we got a super light video for you guys. I think we only have two first appearances, two honorable mentions, so only 4 titles all to go through, but there's definitely a couple books in there to consider for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week ending August 15th, 2025. First up from DC Comics, Supergirl number 4. This features a first appearance of Luna Lostrom. Now, like we always tell you guys with the DC Comics, it really depends on what DC does with these characters as to how important these characters are going to be in the future and how important these particular issues are going to be in the future. You know, if they bring these characters across all the storylines of their title series into a small screen, big screen project, get a lot more fan interest in these characters, make these characters a fan favorite, you know, then these issues will definitely have some relevance in the future. If they don't, if these characters just stay within this particular title series or this particular story arc, then these characters are really going to go nowhere and this book's not really going to have that much importance in the future. You know, DC doesn't really have the cinematic power that Marvel Disney has to bring these characters onto the screen. So, you know, they're going to rely a lot more on just word of mouth and good storytelling to get these characters well known and develop a fan base around these characters. If they're unable to do that, then, you know, these characters aren't really going to be all that important. So this one here, definitely going to be speculative. In my opinion, these are always worth specking on for the cover price. For $3 or $4, you could be sitting on a huge winner if it goes big. If it goes nowhere, you're out a couple dollars. This here is the Supergirl title series though, so do keep that in mind. That's definitely not one of DC's stronger or more heavily collected title series. So this one here, definitely going to be speculative. Like I said, maybe worth a spec. Grab this here for a spec if you can. And lastly, for Marvel Comics, Ultimates number 15. This features the first appearance of Shang-Chi in the Ultimate Universe. Now, like we've been telling you guys ever since they launched this Ultimate Universe title series, anytime they introduce a new character into the series, or the ultimate version of an existing character, these are books you definitely want to have in your collection at the cover price. This particular issue here features the first appearance of Shang-Chi in the Ultimate Universe, so the first appearance of this Ultimate Shang-Chi. So this one here, one you definitely want to have in your collection. Like I said, these Ultimate Universe titles, incredibly popular. Anytime they bring existing characters into these series, these are books you do want to own. So this one here is one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. And now for the honorable mentions. From Marvel Comics, Predator Kills the Marvel Universe number 1. This here is a 5-issue limited series where a Predator King with a vibranium arsenal launches an invasion on Earth. Now we put this on the list because these Predator mashups or these Predator crossovers, these series typically do pretty well over time. You know, there have been a lot of Predator mashups over the years. They did a Predator Archie mashup. There's been numerous Predator Alien mashups. And all these do typically age pretty well. Like that Predator Archie mashup still trades at a great premium secondary market. And also the Predator Alien series, those also do pretty well. And this here is the first volume, or the first iteration, where Predator kills the Marvel Universe. So in my opinion, this here is a great one to pick up. Now this one here is definitely going to be speculative, because you are specking on this having fan and collector interest. But like I said, these Predator mashups, historically they have done well, so probably worth the risk on this. $3 or $4, could be set on a huge winner here. You know, if it goes nowhere, you can probably still get out of it for what you paid at the cover price. So in my opinion, this is a great spec. Grab this here for a spec if you can. And finally from Dark Horse, Quick Stops number 1. The interior story in this comic book is the one that Holden McNeil, played by Ben Affleck, wrote for Alyssa Jones, played by Joey Adams, in Kevin Smith's film Chasing Amy. Now we put this on the list mostly because of the attachment to Kevin Smith. If you guys don't recall the film Chasing Amy, or if you've never seen it, Holden McNeil wrote a comic for Alyssa Jones in that film, and the interior story in this particular comic book is that fictional comic that Holden McNeil wrote in the film. So this one here is also going to definitely have some nostalgia vibe to it, and if you're a Kevin Smith fan also, this is one you probably want to pick up. So in my opinion, this one here has a few things going for it. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely going to be speculative if you choose to pick it up, but you know, it does have a nostalgia vibe. Like I said, if you remember the film Chasing Amy, this one here is going to hit a nostalgia note for you. You know, also, Kevin Smith is still producing and creating films in Hollywood. There's always a possibility of this getting optioned and picked up for a small screen, big screen project. Now, Kevin Smith's luster has definitely faded over the years, but he is still a fixture in Hollywood, so probably worth picking this up, like I said, for a spec. If this gets picked up an option or just promoted by Kevin Smith, I can't imagine this is going to have a big print run. So this one here does have some legs in the future. Like I said, definitely going to be speculative because you are specking on fan interest in this particular issue. So in my opinion, this is a great spec at the cover price. You probably don't want to pay any more for that. You definitely don't want to chase it down years later for a lot more money, so probably worth specking at the cover price. So grab this here for a spec if you can. So there you have the 4 titles we have for you guys this week. Super light week, but there's definitely some books in there to consider for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.